Fellow Toastmasters, most welcome guests. Your talents are a gift from God. What you do with them is your gift back to God. What are you good at? No, what are you great at? Think about it. A lot of us don't know. We know what we're good at, but we don't know what we're great at. We still haven't found that voice within us. And in nature, if you look around, everything has a purpose. If you look at birds flying, a bird knows exactly what to do. An eagle flies and hunts with no problems. However, when we humans, we have so many choices. We have so much choices that our decisions are sometimes impaired. We don't know what we want to do. There's too much pressure from the outside, and sometimes we don't know what we want to be or become. It might take a whole lifetime to realize what you want to be. You might not realize what you want to be or do your whole lifetime. You might be born and die, and nothing happens. Yeah, animals have no choice, right? A dog is a dog. It does dog things. Humans, we have a choice. Yet we struggle, and we create this path of resistance all the time. We glorify it sometimes, and I would say it is a glorious path. It takes a lot of grit and determination to achieve things. However, I think that sometimes we do glamorize it a little bit too much. Let me give you an example. The story of Rudy. Great story. We have a young man who wants to be a football player, yet he doesn't have the physical attributes that most football players do. He does have heart. He does have determination. He works very hard, and you can't take that away from him. However, I was a little bit disappointed in the end. He makes one play. I thought, maybe he's going to make a touchdown at least, or something, I don't know. But nothing happened, right? Well, something happened, but I wasn't pleased by the story. I do admire his grit. I do admire his determination. Yet, he didn't have the qualities that most people look up to. For example, if I were to tell you, Michael Jordan, who would you rather be, Michael Jordan or Rudy? Nobody's going to say, I want to be Rudy. Okay? Everybody's going to say, Michael Jordan, of course. Well, why? Well, there's a difference between Rudy and Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan followed his strengths, what he was strong at. And Rudy worked from his weaknesses. Our educational system is similar to that. When we have a child, if the child gets, let's say, you get 6 grades, you get usually 6 classes. If the student gets 5 A's and 1 fail, we focus directly on the fail. Or he might have decent grades, but the fail is usually what we focus on. However, in the real world, it doesn't work out that way. I really don't care if my doctor is a good poet, or if my electrician knows calculus. Okay? The real world rewards you for specific talents, and you can't be mediocre at them. You can't. Even good might not be good enough. You have to be excellent. If you are not excellent, the world might not even care. You might get a pat on the back, oh, good job, but you might not be able to make a living out of this particular skill. Here are some action steps that I would recommend you take to try to find your skills or your strengths. The first is think about, what do you like? Now, a lot of times you say, well, I like playing basketball, I like computers, I like this and that. However, you need to find out not only what you like, but what you're good at. Because, for example, me, I like playing basketball. However, I'm not great at basketball. And I could play all day and night, work as hard as I can. Maybe I do need a good coach, but I'm sure that helps. But I'm not going to be Michael Jordan. And I need to realize that. There could be a possibility that there's people with traits, physical traits that are not exceptional, but they have something else. Maybe they weren't endowed with great physical prowess. However, they had terrific endurance. And maybe that's what allows you to succeed. But I do believe that we're born with certain traits. And I do believe that you should follow these traits. There's certain inclinations that we have, certain interests. And a lot of times we forget them. We put them aside. Our desire to make money sometimes is so strong. And understandably, we have to pay bills. But we also have the pressure of society to succeed. You could do anything if you work as hard, if you work hard for it. And I don't believe that's 100% correct. The second thing is to stop doing what you're not good at and things that you do not like doing and that are not going to hurt you if you stop doing it. For example, I can't just quit my job if I hate it. If I have a family, I need to keep on working. However, if I could quit it very slowly, maybe try to work less hours and focus on one of my strengths at the same time. Maybe that might be a smooth transition. Finally, is to look for books. There's a good book called Strengths Finder 2.0. It's actually a program that you could download. Go to the internet, and it actually assesses your strengths. And it narrows down some of the strengths that you might have. Now, it's still a general way of calculating your strengths, but it's a good start. In conclusion, I wanted to rewrite that maxim that you could achieve anything you want if you just work hard at it. Instead, I would like to say that you could achieve anything you want if you have the talent and you invest in it. Mr. Toastmaster.